Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. So the 2022 Arnold Classic UK has concluded and Andrew Jack was victorious. In second place, we had Patrick Johnson. Third place, James Hollingshead. Fourth place, Martin Fitzwater. And fifth place, Marc Hector. Awards were presented by Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. So starting off with Andrew Jack, the man himself. In only his second pro show, he has 2 pro wins. And going into this year's Mr. Olympia, you have to think this guy is going to be a threat. Now, in comparison to the Texas show, I believe Andrew was either equal to this showing, maybe a little bit harder from behind, but it also looks like he doesn't have that crazy oil he had at the Texas Pro. Now, a lot of people actually had James Hollingshead winning this show and they said he was robbed, and we'll talk about that a little bit more once we actually get to James. But this was an incredible showing from Andrew. Going into this year's Olympia, I think he just needs to tighten up a little bit more. And also, he still could improve his posing. Posing has improved a lot from the Texas Pro. He's a guy that just goes out there and tries stuff. But this time, his presentation was a lot better. He was better at placing himself at good angles. The charisma was great, and he actually had one of the better posing routines at this show. So you guys let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Andrew Jack at this show? And also, how do you think he's going to place at this year's Olympia after we've seen his physique twice? Now, in second place was Patrick Johnson. This guy brought an incredible physique. He's coached by Abdullah out of Oxygen Gyms, who also coaches Brandon Curry. And as this video was playing, the guy recording it was saying it looks so much better in person. Now, this was surprising to a lot of people. I personally had him in 4th place. Patrick has an incredible physique. He was only lacking in the back poses, but he was falling so far behind in the back poses, I wasn't really comfortable placing him ahead of James or Martin Fitzwater. But I don't think by any means that anyone was robbed at this show. This placing was very deserved. And in the future, Patrick just needs to bring the back up and he'll be a serious threat. Now, in 3rd place, probably the biggest story of the show outside of Andrew Jack was James Hollingshead. This guy looked absolutely unbelievable, especially in comparison to his last year's Olympia version. And a lot of people once again had him winning the show. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were in Samson Doubters Live on Instagram, and everyone was just like, James, James, James. But I would have liked to see him in 2nd place. I definitely don't think he was robbed. And I think the reason a lot of us see James in 2nd is because we're comparing James to his last version at last year's Olympia, and he looks a lot better here. And it's great that the judges aren't comparing these guys to their last look and they're just taking a fresh look at everyone. But actually, this was great judging at this show, putting Martin Fitzwater in 4th place, over a guy like Patrick Johnson, who doesn't necessarily have the biggest name. Really shows you guys they're actually judging the physiques, and it seems like there isn't many politics going on. But James has already signed the contract for next week's show in France, so hopefully he's able to earn a qualification for this year's Mr. Olympia. This was an incredible showing. Now, in 4th place, we had Martin Fitzwater, who was my favorite for 2nd. And honestly, I believe the only thing that these guys had over Martin was just overall size. He has an incredible shape, one of the best backs in the lineup. Honestly, outside of James Hollingshead, I don't think Andrew Jack or Patrick Johnson could stand with Martin Fitzwater from behind. Now, keep in mind, guys, Martin is only 25 years old, so in 3 to 5 years, I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the best in the sport. But enough of me fanboying about Martin. Great showing. He just needs to come in a little bit bigger, 10 to 15 more pounds, and he's going to be a very dangerous bodybuilder. The glutes and the hams from behind is just unbelievable. And Martin also needs to find a way to bring those arms up. But this was a great showing for him. Martin did say he may potentially hop into the Legion Sports Fest, but other than that, he may shut it down until next year. Now, in 5th place was Marc Hector, and sadly, he was probably the biggest disappointment of this show to a lot of people. Honestly, he came in great. The legs did look pretty good. I think his posing could be a little bit better, and he also could have came in a bit more conditioned. Seems like Marc was just holding a film of water overall. And also, he is one of the more aesthetic guys, but he doesn't necessarily have the best ab structure, and he doesn't really have much detail in that area. Taking nothing away from him at all, I just have to be a little bit critical. And from behind, he is in good condition, but if you compare him to James Hollingshead or Martin Fitzwater, still has to be a little bit harder. But this guy did just put on 20-25 pounds of muscle, and this was his first time peaking with that much more muscle on his physique, so it's going to be a very different experience. But Marc Hector already said he plans to do at max 3 more shows to really learn how his body works with the new mass. And wrapping up the 212 division as well, we did have this division being won by Nasser Sayed, Radoslav Angelov in 2nd, and I actually had him winning this show from looking at the prejudging footage. And in 3rd place, we had Ahmed El Sadani, who is always a threat in any 212 show. Surprisingly, in 4th place, we had Peter Molnar, who had to switch up from Classic. And in 5th place, we had the legend David Henry. This was an incredible lineup, and Nasser is headed to the Olympia. And also, I did want to touch on the winner from Classic Physique, who is now a two-time Arnold Classic UK champion, Michael Daboul. Now, you guys were thinking second place was Wesley Vissers, right? Wesley actually dropped down to third place. When they announced that, the whole crowd booed. They went absolutely crazy. They thought that Wesley would at least have been in second place. You guys let me know in the comment section below, do you think Wesley Vissers was robbed at this show? Or do you guys think he should have at least placed second? But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. Once again, Andrew Jacked has won the 2022 Arnold Classic UK. Nasser Sayed wins 212 and Michael Daboul wins Classic Physique. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.